What's up, guys? Welcome back to AC Designs Garage, and today I'm going to show you how to remove this pesky old hot roll mill scale so you can get to welding and have the best surface preparation you ever had. Coming up. Alright guys, let's take a gander at what we're going to be working with today. I'm going to link all this stuff below in my Amazon affiliate links. They'll be in the description below. I make a small percentage off of it at no extra cost to you guys. Just gives you a place to go scoop it up. You ain't got to search the old worldwide interwebs, and it helps the channel out too. So look down there below if you want to check out any of this stuff. So today we're using 2x2 3/16 wall hot rolled angle iron. We're going to be cleaning the mill scale off to get in preparation for some stuff we need to weld on. You don't want to weld, you can weld over this stuff. You don't want to weld over this stuff. It puts impurities and stuff in your welds and just keeps them from being as strong as possible. I like to treat my metal like I'm getting ready to say paint a car. Get it as clean as possible. I know a stick welder will burn right through this, wire welder too. TIG don't like it too well, but I treat everything like I'm gonna TIG weld. You clean this stuff the best of your ability and it'll save you a lot of headache in the long run. So as for tools, we're going to be using the old hot rod DeWalt here. We're going to be using that. I got an 80 grit flapper wheel on here. We're going to try it first. These things usually just polish, especially if you got bad mill scale. This is not real horrible, but sometimes it'll polish. Like I'll show you the areas it's probably going to polish. Right here where the mill scale is heavy, you can see we're starting to flash rust here. This will be softer than this, and it'll polish this and it'll gouge in this so you get a wave and stuff. And you want it when you're prepping parts, and you just want to look more professional stuff, not all gouged up and like that. But I found that these daggone clean strip disc things here, they're soft. You wouldn't think it would, but they will chew this stuff up. Here's what one looks like after you've used it some. But one trick to these things is stay off edges. Any edges, points, or anything, you'll roll this thing over to it and she'll turn to purple dust. You don't want that. Try to keep it on the good flats the best you can. You can creep up, but don't try to roll over and grind on top, or like I said, right on the edge or anything. So I always remember to grind it flat. We're going to clamp it down to the table. So we're going to be we'll use the old flapper first. So we're going to get this thing clamped down real quick, and I'm just going to lay it over on my metal table and put a couple C-clamps on it. I'm going to use the old one. I just want to bring a new one out there so you can see what the new ones look like before you start. But yeah, we'll hit it with the old flapper. I was thinking this was the 80. It's a old 40. Old ceramic, XP ceramic. Let's see how she does. She's still got a little life left in her, ain't a whole lot, but we'll compare it. We'll throw the old flap attack on there and see how she does. And like I was saying, I think right here is going to grind good. Here is not so much because the mill scale is a lot worse. You can see that. So we'll do a little section there, and we'll do a little section with the other one on down and see how it turns out. We'll run a little bit extra out here so we got a little room. Get her all clamped down so she don't take off running on us. Get plenty of air to work with. Also, guys, you need a respirator, but it's going to be kind of hard for me to talk with a respirator on. But if I'm doing much of this stuff, that's why I like this benchmark abrasive grinding shield here. It has actually room for your respirator fitting there, and they're really comfortable. I really like them, lightweight, look cool too. But yeah, you can see how offset and everything they are for your respirator fit under here. So I'm going to mark off about, let's see, we'll try to keep her fair. All right, we got enough. I'm gonna mark off, we'll do 5 inches, and this will be the 40. And we'll do 5 more inches. And this will be the strip disc. Straight line really don't matter. I'm just wanting to get us a good area. So that'll be our subject area there. So We'll try the old flapper disker. It is a 40. I thought it was a 80 grit. That's what I usually use a lot of. We must have been doing some hard stuff on that 40. Like I said, she ain't a whole lot on there, but she'll get the point across. All right, here we go. 40 grit ceramic. What is that thing? It's a DeWalt XP ceramic SG 40 grit. I do really like these flapper wheels over, especially over the old rock grinding wheels. I'm glad somebody come up with these things. They work pretty daggone good. And I'm guessing, like I said before, it's going to grind easier here on the rusty looking spot than it is that spot, but we'll see. Now, in that view right there, it looks good, but I'm going to show you another view here of what I was talking about, hard and soft. Right here, you can almost see where that rust line was. And look, this here still it's still a polished over mill scale. Now, it's a lot better than it was, but if you notice how soft this is, and it just ground down, you got the good cut marks, and this here still got the porosity look where it's kind of polished over it. Now, that's better than nothing. That will work. But the problem you run into is when you're grinding it, you want to get it really smooth. Well, this here being softer because the mill scale, that's the mill scale there. This softer, I can rub my finger across it. It just has a little dip right there. So we're going to try the old paint stripper and see how she does on here. All right, I've unplugged it. Never grab a hold of these things because you can make your life miserable by doing that. Unplugged it. All right, guys, you got to have this little A adapter here that goes on some of them because this is not threaded. But this one actually has a little shoulder here. So instead of, if you look at the adapter, it has a shoulder too. Instead of putting it down to center it, this one actually has a lip on it where it'll center it like that, so we can flip it upside down where it'll tighten. And I just do these by hand. I don't get on there and crank them. I mean, you want them tight, but usually you can just grab it. Put a big hooch on there and she's ready to go. Alright guys, well just finished that. It's just warm to the touch. It don't get it real hot. It gives it a good uniform even finish. No bunch of Humpty Dumpty bumpies on there like the 40 where it just cuts in. Now, that 40 does cut really good, but where I run into problems with it is like here to where it's really soft. It'll cut down, but then when you get over here on the mill scale, it don't cut as much. So then you're starting to put waves and stuff. And I don't know, maybe I'm just over picky, but I like a good smooth surface. But you can see there, it does a real good job. Don't throw a whole lot of sparks. And you can see, look at the mill scale on here. It just wiped it up on it. Now I did take a little longer on this section just because I don't want to get this too hot to where this here you can just hog on and it ain't gonna care. And the new one is actually worse when you're grinding them like this because it'll gouge that off real quick. Yeah, guys, I'm just super impressed. I've been using this way for a long time. And another reason, these do work great. They will take mill scale off. But I just don't like to see how it loads this up. I just don't like to load up my good grinding disc with mill scale. So, yeah, y'all take a choose what you want to do on this. Now, I'm going to take a piece. This is a pretty good rusted stuff here. Let's see how she does on rusty metal. See how she cleans her up. That's pretty good. Ain't too horrible pitted, but try that real quick. See how she is on the old rust removal. These things work great. Now this is what I strip cars with. I mean, they're fast, they're pretty cheap. Get a whole pack of them for next to nothing, and it strips Bondo paint, mill scale, it don't care. This is the size I'm using, a 4.5 inch 7/8 arbor, 11,000 RPM max. Yeah, we'll try to link these in the description. So here we go. One thing you will notice that the advantage over the flapper wheel is I can go this way, cleaning it up. It don't change anything. It's not gouging, it's just taking the impurities off. And you can go this way or lean it over on the edge, but if you would take this thing and go back and forth, you're gonna put a ditch in the middle. But let me show it to you real quick. Look, turned out pretty good. Of course, this was cut on like a big old bandsaw is what it looks like. Still got the little ribs in it. It does a good job on rust removal too. Yeah, these things work great, guys. Hope you scoop you up some of them, try them. Like I said, save these things. These things here are about probably $7 a piece or something now. I don't know, they're getting ridiculous. Those things there are cheap, come in a pack of 4. Like I said, if you don't get them up on the edge, they last forever. Well, while we're here experimenting, I got some 6061 aluminum here. And see what it does is, this is what I use for my chill blocks on welding. It helps control your heat, but I kind of want to see what it's going to do. Clamp her down, see what kind of finish it gets. We may learn a new finish technique we can use on stuff. That's pretty good on aluminum too. Like I said, no dippies, no gouges. That'll show you real quick if you need to clean up aluminum, like I said, without filling your good cutting disc up. Like I said, you can look down through there, it didn't even put any wonky places all in it. Yeah. Like I said, I've been using for at least a year or two. And I'm real impressed with them. Just thought I'd share this little tip with you, maybe help you guys out. Like I said, these things here, if they start getting clogged up, but the good thing, they got these pores and it kind of goes down in it. You can get over here on the edge, starts getting clogged up and just barely hit the edge, and it'll, see if it'll clean it up real quick. Yeah, it cleans it up a little bit. They keep on digging though. Like I said, I strip whole cars with them. They don't get the metal hot when you're stripping the car, as long as you don't stay in one place too long. Strip your cars down, have a good clean finish on them. These things here have a ton of uses. I think 3M makes some. Now these are the El Cheapos off the old Amazon. But I'm not paying $30 a piece for them now. I think the 3Ms are around 30 bucks a piece. Now they may be better, but I think I can get a pack of 4 of these for around 30 bucks. But I'll link it down. Prices change so much, I don't know. But not even this brand. There's a ton of off brands, I think. Probably one company makes them all. But yeah, we'll link them down there. Go scoop you one up. They're approved by me anyway. Alright guys, hope y'all enjoyed that quick little video on how to remove mill scale. Them little stripper discs work really good for a lot of applications, so hope you scoop you up some of them. It'll make your life a lot easier. You can see here the difference. And like quickly, it'll just clean it up, get yourself a better weld. And remember, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.